All right, welcome to Risky Room Games. Wizard Lizard here. We're going to start on day 2 of building the game Possessors. If you look over here on my screen, this is right where we left off. The first thing I kind of want to do here is I got this shells, these classes, they're not in the right place. So I'm going to come over here to this side and I'm going to drag these pages down to right here, which is right before it gets into protocols and programs, which are part of your character. So this is going into the characters. So where I want to get started today is just the basics, right? And the first thing I want to do is, this is roughly what I want for how my text looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in here, right? Maybe I take it and I just throw this and put it in the question box. Screw it. Basic setup. Other thing I might want is a bulleted list. And I probably want roughly the same thing here on this bulleted list. Now, I'm going to want to look at what my options are. I like to take this to 7, 2.7, bring it all in just a little bit closer, right? And then I'm going to try to look for a good bullet to use for this. I'm not sure what to use. So this is going to take a second. That's so funny. It's not even all what it shows in the thing. Make these icons so small you can't even see them until you use them. That's interesting. Let's see what else we got in here. I probably need to go find a new font that has a lot of cool icons just for these, bullet points and stuff. But that is not this day. So I'm gonna find what I can, see if I got anything else. I am just going to do something wrong one. Definitely not that one. Let's see what other options we got. Floppy disks. That was cool. It's digital. Not sure it really fits. With those bottles is filled in. I think that looks in the cutters. Same thing with that. Interesting one. So I think this is what we got. Kind of like that enter symbol the best. I wish it was more colored. So what if I put those up to 10 and put that down to 4? Alright. Now there's only one other thing that I want to put in here, and that would be like a title. Something in the center, probably going to go to digital obelisk. I don't want it in the outline, I want it regular. Tilt on this is, let's take away that tilt, do an underline. That underline unfortunately sucks. Oh, there's a way to move it too. I don't know it because, well, there's a million things to know. We probably want this a little bigger, probably like that. Oh, underline. Why is the underline got to be a pain? Well, I don't think I'm going to get the underline. I think it'll be okay. Let's just put this as a question. So this is my rough setup. I've got basic headings text. I've got bulleted list here. And I've got like some header in case I want to, throw a base thing. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to throw this in a few different places around this document. Because this is going to be so useful going forward. It's just all stuff I do not have to do in the future. Now, let me very easily take the rough layout and just iterate on it. Alright, so here, things of questions. Turn basics. What do you need? I don't know. Necessities of play. I don't know how much I like this header being this header. Yeah, I don't really like that either. I think I'll just leave it. Turn order. Turns. Probably don't need that, but each turn can take a minor action, major action, minor action, major action. I like to take the key words here, and I like to bold, and then small caps. That right there. But that does not do as much as I might like in this font. So, what to do there? Because I don't know if bolding really makes enough of a thing here. Because it's only going to like semi-bold. There, extra bold. There we go. So then here we'll just go ahead and talk about these, and this will be minor action. Right. Major action. Reset that. What did I have for my notes? Oh no. Alright. movement between zones. Activate the switch. Action which does not require a roll form. Easy, simple things anyone can do. Major action. One action. Narrative weight and risk. So when an action carries enough narrative weight and risk that it requires a roll. Refresh action. This action is taken to refresh a player's action dice. Players can choose to take this action at any point in their turn. To refresh their action dice. I probably need to take action dice, and I need to make them big. We'll get to them in just a second. Alright. So, action dice. Take a let's call this fresh. Roll all your expended dice. Any that any that roll a 4 or higher are restored. In addition, restore 1 die, then roll all your other expended dice. Basically, any that roll far are also restored. Alright, so the idea is like you're going to always restore at least 1 die, and if you when you roll your rest of your expended dice, you have a chance to roll, chance to get much more expended. This I'm gonna take this down here. We're gonna go to just the extra bold, like so. I'm just gonna take these important points, and we're going to extra bold well and give them this. Actually gonna be 4+. All right. It's refreshing. Let's give some ideas of major actions. That's what this snazzy little thing for. Minor actions. Don't need this. Let's just do this. Minor actions. Move between stratums. Do I need to just keep this stuff here? Move between stratums. That's the. I was thinking about it. I wanted a better name for, you know, zones in a mind. So I'm calling them stratums. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep calling them zones. Between zones, other minor actions, activate devices, open locks, activate devices, open locks. That's a little better. Gives me a little more room over on this side. All right, so move between zones, activate devices, open locks, hit buttons. Any other minor activate devices? All right, so then we're going to go over here. Probably just copy the same thing. We're going to give us a thing for major actions. Major actions, hack, cipher, key, extract, engram. I also want these to be maybe a little tighter. Extract an engram, decipher a key. Other examples, major actions. Gain +1 distortion here. If you remember, distortion is the thing that is going to get you kicked out of the field, fail the little mission, all that type of stuff. So, very bad juju to get a lot of distortion, so refreshing has a cost. It ticks that timer down. So, yeah. So, here I would want to add something on distortion. So, I'd probably just go ahead and steal this, like, oh, distortion. Stress. Connection. Oh, what do I want to call them? Zest? Connections, stretch your connection. If as distortion increases, various complications, actions will rise within the field, such as Reducing stations. Major zones. Negatively. Other problems. Alright. If distortion reaches the max level, if distortion exceeds the maximum, connection with the host is terminated, causing potential damage to the possessors and the host. Or host so let's go ahead and get this. Anger field's an important word. Distortion. Alright. Again, extra bold and small things. Possessors. Host. 3 times. This also needs to be the host. Alright, so that's good. Other of these is over a thread. Another thing that I thought about. Threads would be connections between like memories or, you know, various elements of things inside the engram field. There'd be like, you know, let's say you have a manifestation, some terrible, horrible thing that's like a manifestation of trauma. Perhaps that's connected to a different memory in some other way, and you can use those connections to your benefit as a possessor to overcome these things. And that's the idea. I'm just gonna put other impactful, other action. Narratively impactful. Wish that worked out better, but that's what it is. Other narratively impactful actions. We just tightened up a little bit. All right, we're looking pretty good. So that's a turn. Minor actions, major actions, repress actions. Then I'm going to go over here. I want to talk about movement. Movement and changes. All right, so movement within a zone is divided into two distinct types. Movement between zones and movement within a zone. With a minor hand. Alright, so with minor hand, you can move between zones. This is merely traveling from one zone within the engram field to another. The zones. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to make this a bulleted list. And just do one of these. Write this down. Moving between zones. Connected zones. Move to another connected zone. Zone. Additional connections. One or more connections to other zones. Connections may be hidden or can be created by skilled possessors. Another one in here. Locked connection. Some connections between zones may be locked, requiring either a key or a successful attempt to hack. Alright, move between zones. But, must be move to another connected zones. Connection and or zone must be again, just hitting those words that need to be bolded. Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's it. All right. Requires either a key or hacking to traverse them. That all makes sense. Movement between zones. Ooh, it's almost been unlocked. All right. Let's just... movement within zone. Right. Within a zone, movement is highly accurate. Right. This is both movably is highly abstract. This is a reality. Possessors in that zone. Not just a there we go. Within a zone, movement within a zone, it is highly abstract possessors in that zone. Much in the same way one might experience a dream or nightmare. When distance becomes relevant within the narrative. Why am I capitalizing? It's during chases. Ranges of weapons, etc. And so on. Okay, direct back of the zone itself. Acting against and is solved. It saves. So the idea here is that when you're moving within these zones itself, the only time that distance is important is when it's actively working against you. Or you want it to very much work in your favor. So if you want to travel across the room like almost instantly and do some shit, you might have to make a roll for it. Or burn or die. You know, or perhaps the nightmare area that you're doing is just a zone that is super long, a hallway like that you can't hardly get to the end of, things of that nature, more like a liminal space, and you're working against that liminal space to do your actions. All right, I need to think on that for a minute. I think these locked connections can go somewhere else. I think I've got issues right here with this. I think these can just migrate over to this. Bam. We're going to talk some more about movement. Movement and ranges. Alright. Movement within zones. Just kind of thinking on this movement within zones. I haven't, I'm building this right here on the live stream, so I'm still kind of parsing out what needs to be happening here. I also see a huge need for something already rising up and rearing its ugly head. I'm going to add 2 pages here. Key terms, just quite frankly, key terms, and then I don't want that like that, or don't want that? I want it. Alright, so key terms. Just grab some stuff here. Good. I probably should make these alphabetized, but not yet. So we're gonna say action dice, possessors, host, Engram Field, zones, reds, with straight engrams, shells, protocols, programs, subroutines. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Alright. I'm gonna need impact, threat chains, nodes, actions, saves, spend dice, I don't even know if I need expended dice. Add Engram shells, protocols, programs, subroutines, impact, threat chains, nodes, distortion. Alright, firewalls. Firewalls. Sentinels, stations, static, identity drift, can't think of anything else off the top of my head. That's a lot of terms, but that's fine. It all kind of feeds in, and it'll be easy enough once you get going. Identity drift, firewall, sentinels, manifestations, threads. Probably ought to like group these maybe by like, let's say the Engram field, right? So if I take this, like Engram field, you know, maybe I make that a one of these. Go Engram field, and then I can just give myself a definition, and then I can take things like, you know, host, zones, threads, engrams, distortion. These are all kinda going into here, right? Maybe I take this and I go give this one a Possessors. All right. Go ahead and take these out. Throw these over here. What happened to the big Engram field thing? I'm so confused. So now I'm getting like some easy, you know, something like that. Bang, action to nodes. Take the static, kind of goes into both these, throw it over there too. Zones. I don't know if the zones need zones or blocks and keys put over core mechanics. Alright, those good for key terms. I'll work on those later, because I also want to make a new master page. So I'm going to duplicate the master here. I'm going to get on it. Important to get on it first. All right. Equal columns. 2 titles. All right. Frame, increase the columns to 2. I think the gutter I have is 5.8. I have to go over here and check that. All right, pop over here, get me a measurement. Yeah, see, I was right, 5.8. Good to go. Let's get rid of these before they're on everything. Here. See, now I've got 2 equal titles. I can go ahead and delete this stuff. That. Duplicate. That number, get rid of that, that. This one, I'm just gonna say left title. See what happened there? I forgot to go to. All right. For some reason that's weird over there. I don't really understand it. Well, now that I got this, I can make my life easy, and I can just go over here. I can apply a master. That should be equal columns title left. That is what I want. Right. So it just kind of tightened up my columns, but allows me to make them a lot more. So I could just take this and I could shove it in here. It's just gonna go over. I don't think I want that because knowing me, I'm gonna have a bunch of writing here on these terms. So we'll just leave it like this for now. I'm not gonna do all that yet. Man, I like the way I wrote that a lot better. Let's see, where fresh. portion. Roll all your expended action dice and regain any. Roll a 4 or more plus 1 additional dice. This can increase your total dice beyond your maximum of 6. Alright, do a nice palette. Good. I do like that. That works well. Fortunately, alright. When distance becomes relevant within the narrative, such as during chases, and so on, this is a direct effect of the zone acting against the possessor. And is solved through actions and saves. And or definitely think it needs to be actions first. All right. In general, possessors are within range. Extract ranges. These. Considered to be within range. Alright, let's do it. Well. They have the perception of movement. Always where they need to be within time. So, Proceed. Proceed movement. Oh, there's yeah. But are always. They're mine. 15 on now. Acting. That. That's that one line. All right. That's easy. Let's slop here. Connections may be hidden and be covered / created by skilled possessors. Again, I need to do this thing. Zones, connections, possessors. Rolls. Alright, zone. All right. Abstracting distance. All right, that's kind of coming on there. I see an issue. I'm going to need more for basics than what I have, which is fine. Just pop over pages here, and I'm going to just duplicate this page. Duplicate 2 pages. Don't need that. Definitely not impact. Here in my notes. Sorry. Alright, this basics page. Clear that. I don't need that either. And I'm going to apply master of title left. It's a spread of pages. So I got turns, movement and ranges. I guess I probably should do action. Possessor has equal dice. 6 sided dice. Dice. Every action or save they take, they will risk 1 or more. Dice. Risk. They will risk expending 1 or more of these dice. As they attempt they I'm going to do actions. Actions. Saves. I need something on. Triggers. Spend a dice. And see, the block connector stuff, like I want to go more in depth into zones later. This should just kind of give you an idea of what you can move between the zones. The connection used must be unlocked. Damn, that's actually nice. Reduces my... Hey. I think there's an issue here. I think I can shove this up higher by... I don't know. Does that go higher? Maybe? So this is basics. This is just standard title left. So I could just as easily go to frame here. Drop that down to... Drop that down to 5. Yeah, that kind of looks better, doesn't it? I think so. Dang it. Right. Now I gotta do it to everything before I forget. These don't need it. Those don't need it. This one does. That works. Needed. Good there. Little details like this, pain in the end. But once you get it all set and you catch all these things, well, then it's pretty sad. All right. So action dice. No, this has been rolling of dice. Success. If any dice roll or a save get 4 or higher, 4 plus, then it is successful. Successful. Spending any dice with rolls 3 or less 3 minus. Expended. Dice which are expended. All right. Expended dice cannot be rolled for actions or save until they are restored. All right. Fold. Damn. I'll just say restore. Storing expended dice, that should be on it as well. Shove this off to the side. You can see here. This whole restoring expenditure, that is cool. Same thing with this thing. That needs to go over that too. Refresh action, programs, other people. Yeah, so here, like, I don't plan on these programs being able to restore expended dice for free. They're still going to add distortion. But let's say like a Stitcher or even one of the other things might be able to restore a number of expended dice for everybody at the cost of distortion. So increasing the impact or spreading the impact of, you know, their actions. Engrams are going to have like a limited number of uses just in general. So yeah, that's the idea. All right. I think I'm going to write something here too about bonus dice. Just can't. There's a note. There are many ways players can gain additional dice beyond base pool set. This become activating protocols, do some engrams, edges looking. Edges. Such as protocols, engrams, edges. Protocols, engrams, edges, and or threat. Alright. All keywords. Alright. So the basic idea is you can get bonus dice. Always from activating your protocols, you'll get 2 bonus dice. This just is... yeah, it just gives you 2, and it raises something called your static level, which if you know anything about Biomancer, that is like your perils. And that has a bunch of negative consequences, though it's going to work slightly different in this game. I'll get to that in a bit. I don't need just restoring dice anymore, but there's that. You know, actions. I'm just gonna put actions and saves. All right. Making an action. Oh, how do I put this? You choose number action dice to roll. Minimum of 1. Added any additional bonus dice may have. This needs to be. This needs to be here. This needs to have this. Any die rolls of 3 or less automatically spent. Any success or plus can be expended. Gain +1 impact. That was messy. Impact's important. Remember, up to 4 impact can do like amazing stuff in this. That's like your hard hit. Actually, I should choose to expend any success. +1. This is not required. Choose to expend any success. +1 impact. All right, so there we go. That gives you this part, which is very important, and there's that. All right, actions and saves. Choose number of action dice to roll. Minimum of 1. Plus any bonus dice, plus any bonus dice. Choose a number of action dice to roll. Dice. Why do you need to say that? Creating a pool. 1. Cool. Nice pool, bam. How many of your dice risk any number protocols. Plus 8. That's pretty much it. You know, for creating a dice pool, success, if any. It's a 4 or higher. Save. Any die roll action 4 or higher. This is a little caveat here. Impact versus impact. Impact versus node, and then impact versus impact. When making an action, here's some actions or saves. Just basic success. Accomplished there. Alright, impact versus node. When making an action against threatening Alright, so here's success. Some actions slash saves. Let's see if that helps me out. Not really. Only require a... Maybe that'll help me out. I'm trying to get rid of the single word, which is... Yeah, see, I got rid of it. They'll only require a single one. Here's success, impact versus node. All right, and then we have impact versus impact. Impact versus node. When making an action against a threat chain, your action must have impact equal to or greater than the node in order to eliminate it. Your action must have impact equal to or greater than the node you are acting against. In order to eliminate it, eliminate damage. Eliminate damage or overcome it. When you are attacked, when you make a save, there is a threat to your possessor or their goals. Your goals, you will make it save. Save. Very safe. Impact of your save will reduce of the attack. 1 to 1, please. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that's good. So, like, if you get attacked and you have like a mortal impact coming your way, that's like 4. That could be bad. You know, 2 of those, you're completely knocked out of the, you know, program, would have to reconnect, huge amounts of distortion, big problems. So you make a save. Not only do you have to get a success, like a success is great, you have saved. You also have to reduce the impact. You know, that can come from a variety of sources, edges, threads, you know, programs, subroutines, things of that nature can give you bonuses that will help you overcome that impact that is coming at you. I'm looking at this here. This all needs just a little more room. I need it. Give us some room. Spending dice, actions and saves, triggers. Alright. How do I put this? Subroutines can provide can grant a player a trigger. This is an if/then type of statement. A player take an additional outside of their turn. Outside of their turn. Correct. If conditions are. All right. If then statement. action on gain from liberty. There we go. I like that better. It's a statement. It should be action. Gain from sub-teams. Let's go ahead. Do our magic here. Vegetable. Lamb. Alright. Triggers. Cost. To activate a trigger. You must expend a die. Make that big too. Must expend a die. Now, where I'm stuck here in design is, do I want to have like triggers be like limited? You know, like, should I go over here and put something like limits, you know, 3 times per host, you know, once per round, once per zone. Like, there's lots of options, right? And I'm not sure if that's the way I go. I'm going to have to find that out in play test, like how powerful, how much do these just end up becoming a problem because, you know, messes with the action economy. But right now I'm thinking, you know, just having that cost tied to, you know, expending a die, you know, maybe it's just 1 die, maybe I up that with more powerful triggers to like 2 dice or something like that, and we'll figure that out as we go. That needs some space. All right. Now, as far as like additional things to say about this, I think this needs to just be cut for now, and then put it back in like down here, right? Maybe I add in a brand new. Maybe I write something about impact. Impact and success. I'll probably just delete this. And right here, you know, some actions will only require the basic success. In most cases, however, impact can need to be right? Just impact. This is powerful, consequential. This is how powerful, consequential, or effective, or safe.
Be prepared to enter a world stranger than you have ever
is a numerical measure
magic and ritual.
And Edwards. I think I'm happy. Still need some notes and all this. I think I'm gonna hold off on that. And I think we've made some pretty good progress here. Like I've got basically 2 pages worth of content here. That's a good start for now. Go ahead and take a break. Maybe I'll come back to this later, or I'll hit it up tomorrow. I know yesterday I didn't make a video because, well, I was doing family stuff. We went out and kayaked around the lake all day, and then when I got back, I was so cooked from that sun and the exercise, and I was just done. So other than that, we're gonna try to do like an hour a day. Just kind of keep it steady, keep the pace moving. You know, I might do an extra hour a little later. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you're here, if you want to join in on conversations about the game, get on the, ground floor, talk to me about it, put in some influence and all that. Down in the description of the channel, I have a link to my Discord, the Risk and Ruin Discord. Come join us and let's talk about some games.